This trap will drown your friend, and this trap will stop them from taking your precious loot. Here are 33 traps to ruin your friendship. We all know the oldest trick in the book, chopping down a tree and hearing the hiss of TNT. Everyone expects a pressure plate these days, so let's upgrade it. Instead of a pressure plate, use an observer block facing the log. The moment they break that bottom log, the observer detects the update and ignites the TNT instantly. They won't even hear the hiss before they see the respawn screen. If you build a pool of water at the bottom of a ravine, it looks safe to jump into. But if you swap that water for blue concrete, it looks exactly the same from a distance. Your friend jumps, expecting a splash, but instead he gets a one-way ticket to the respawn screen. I honestly don't know how people still fall for this. You see this jump? It's impossible, unless you create a ghost block. Drop an item and swap it to your offhand at the same exact time whenever you place a block. Block disappears after a few milliseconds. You can jump on it, your friend cannot. Redstone ore glows when you step on it, and observers can detect that glow. So hide some redstone ore under a carpet on your friend's house. The moment he walks on that carpet, boom! You won't even hear a pressure plate click. He'll just explode. We all punch trees. But what if the tree punches back? You sprint past the tree and let the enemy get really close. Just as they fully commit, your friend pulls a hidden lever. Sticky pistons fire instantly, punching the enemy sideways with full force and launching them straight into a dripstone pit. Sometimes the best traps aren't the ones you trigger yourself. Wait for your friend to go swimming, put on Frostwalker boots, walk on the water directly above his head. You create a ceiling of ice instantly. He can't break it fast enough. He drowns looking at your feet. Viscous, I know. Diorite stairs and diorite walls look almost identical. If you replace a stair with a wall, you can't walk up it. But if you add a small block just behind the wall, you can climb away, while your enemy keeps sprinting and falls off, and gravity can do the rest. Obsidian trapping is too easy to escape now because of crawling, but if you place a bed at your enemy's feet, he cannot enter the crawl animation. His hitbox is too big. He just has to stand there and accept his fate while you pour lava on his head. If you stack 5 boats on top of each other and stand on top, the server thinks you are flying and kicks you. Build this under a carpet. Your friend walks in and gets instantly disconnected from the server, giving him a much needed break. Cobwebs are easy to escape now by using water buckets. Instead, you can use the berry bush to slow your enemies down. It is very unexpected, and most of them will have no idea how to deal with it, giving you plenty of time to retreat or get him some free hits. This is one of the simplest traps. While being chased, dig a tunnel, and your enemy will follow up. While your enemy is crawling, break the block directly above his head. He is forced to stand up. Now instantly place a pressure plate at his feet, put a sign at his head, and waterlog the sign. He is now completely soft locked. He can't mine the sign because the water makes mining too slow. He can't bucket the water as the sign UI pops up every time he clicks. And he can't crawl as the pressure plate prevents it, making it easy for you to finish him off. Did you know there are 2 ways to climb vines? You can either hold spacebar to jump up, or you can just walk forward into them. 99% of players just hold W and walk into the vines. And that is exactly how we catch them. Simply dig a hole directly behind the vine strip, then place leaf blocks behind that hole so it blends in with the bushes. From the outside, it looks like a solid wall. So you run up, hold space, and climb perfectly fine. But your enemy chases you, holds W to climb, and walks straight through the vine and drops into your pit. Behind a diamond ore, place a redstone torch that powers a sticky piston holding up the floor. The moment the enemy breaks the ore block, the torch breaks, the piston pulls back, the floor disappears, and it sends them straight into a lava bath. Also, encase the entire fall pit in obsidian. If the walls are obsidian, they can't panic mine their way out. We all get hungry, and your friend is bound to use your furnace eventually. Place an observer facing into the back of a furnace. Connect that observer to a stash of TNT hidden under the floor. The furnace block updates when it turns on to cook food. So your friend puts his raw pork chop in, the furnace lights up, and the entire kitchen blows up. And if you want to have a blast watching these videos, a sub to the channel would be explosive. If you see this, you're dead. Not because of what you saw, but because of what you didn't see. If you stand against a flat wall, you're actually pretty visible. But if you position yourself diagonally, you basically disappear. So how do we kill people with this? Simple. We combine it with a knockback trap. Just wait for a player to run past you, thinking the path is safe, and then boop! They fall to their death before they even realize you were there. At first, this looks like a normal staircase leading way up into the sky, but near the top, a hidden piston is waiting. The trap is simple. While you're running up the stairs, place a pressure plate and keep looking up. Your enemy will be too focused on catching you to look at his feet. And the moment he steps on it, he gets yeeted 100 blocks straight to his death. It's the perfect way to deal with chasers. Just make sure you don't slip and fall off yourself while building it. Wait! You use water to remove fire and block fall damage. In general, it sounds safe, but is it? Normally when you block water, it drains slowly, which gives people time to react, but not with this trap. If we hook an observer to a column of sticky pistons, the moment the water source is removed, the entire waterfall vaporizes instantly and is replaced by a layer of stone blocks. So you just place one block at the top and the waterfall vanishes, dropping the player straight into dripstone pit. Water might save you from fire, but it won't save you from gravity. Powdered snow is the ultimate trap. You need to wear leather shoes to not sink, but it has one massive flaw. If the enemy sees you wearing leather boots, they will know that it's a trap. So instead of wearing normal leather boots, you wear dyed ones, so the enemy has no idea. While being chased down, just keep them in your hotbar. And as you approach the snow, swap them fast. You run across perfectly fine, but your enemy sprints after you, sinking straight down, falling to his death. Bubble elevators are great for getting around the base, but they are also the perfect death trap. So you run into your base with an enemy right behind you. You travel through the elevator and reach the top, and spam a bunch of harming potions into the water. The enemy follows you to the top and is in for a quick grave. Just an extra tip, cover the top with obsidian so he doesn't escape. Let's say you are sprinting across a flat field being chased, but suddenly a block of dirt appears in front of you and you fall straight into the abyss. Build a 5x1 trap, hidden flush with the grass using sticky pistons and slime blocks. It looks completely invisible from the surface, but the moment you activate the trap, a wall of blocks shoots up from the ground right at the enemy's face, sending them straight into the abyss. This trap is simple to design. One row of pistons retracts the wall block, and a second row punches a block out. It is designed to shove anyone climbing the hill straight off the edge. So you are being chased by the enemy, and you lure him into the steep hill where the trap is set. The next thing he sees is a block of dirt straight on his face, and a fall straight into a pit of dripstones. This jump looks incredibly free, but it is actually impossible if two big drip leaves are placed overhead. They act as a head hitter, so if a player tries to jump normally, they smack their face and fall. The only way to survive is to crouch jump midair to squeeze under the hitbox. It works best in lush caves on an incline where the leaves blend in naturally. Sometimes all the player needs is a red mushroom and some bone meal. When a mushroom is fed with some bone meal, it creates a giant mushroom. It effectively acts as a flashbang wall that spawns out of thin air to block movement, creating a pit just behind the mushroom, and activating the trap just when the enemy is jumping from the pit will get the job done. Let's say you have a long corridor in your house, and you have that one friend who just has to loot every chest he sees. Well, let's teach him a lesson about personal space. Start by digging a hole 5 blocks long, and fill it with spicy lava. Then place sticky pistons on the side, pushing floor blocks to cover the pit. Wire it all up with repeaters and a redstone torch to keep the pistons extended by default. Hide all the wiring because we want this to look suspiciously normal. Now, for the final touch, place a double trap chest at the end. Connect it so the moment it opens, the signal deactivates the redstone torch. So your friend walks in thinking he found your secret stash. He opens the chest, the floor disappears, and he's cooked, literally. Imagine you are just walking around minding your own business, and then out of nowhere, you just blow up. Build a bubble elevator and set up a lever which causes a piston to push the ignited TNT straight into the water stream. The elevator shoots the explosive upwards so fast it reaches the surface instantly. This works really well when done around an edge or a cliff. Bait your enemy to the edge, have your friend pull the lever at the bottom, and boom, he's dead before he even saw what killed him. Being chased through a vertical tunnel feels rather unsafe. But what if you turn that tunnel into a coffin? Start by placing a leaf block above the tunnel and waterlog it. Next, turn around and place water directly at your face. Then obsidian trap both you and the enemy inside the tunnel. Now your enemy thinks you both made a terrible mistake. But here's the twist. You pull out a chorus fruit and teleport straight out of the obsidian prison. Your enemy stays trapped while watching you vanish into thin air. We all have that one friend who logs in, walks up to your chest, and steals your diamonds and leaves. So I created the perfect counter. This is a 3x3 seamless trap, and you can literally build it anywhere. But the best spot? Right in front of your most valuable loot. The mechanism is also quite simple. When activated, center pistons pull down slime and honey blocks, while double piston extenders retract the sides and the floor vanishes. So the next time he walks up to rob you, he steps on the trigger, he falls into the lava before he can even see the chest inventory. You and your friend are testing a water drop from a massive height. You jump first and land safely. Your friend also takes a jump, but while he is falling, simply place a sponge, causing him to die off of fall damage and instantly delete Minecraft. This trap is from 6 years ago, but still works. Dig a pit in a pond large enough for players to fall into, held up by signs. At the bottom, add dripstones, and mask the area with sugarcane so that the trap isn't visible. Now, here's the trick. If you walk into the water normally, you swim, but if you sprint jump, you slip slip right through the water hitbox and straight into the trap. So naturally you will walk into the water to float, but the enemy will jump straight into the pit and falling off to their death. If you are exploring the nether with a friend or your little brother, tell them to set their spawn point because it's dangerous. New players or kids might not know the one golden rule of Minecraft. Beds explode in the nether with more force than TNT. Everyone knows paintings can hide secret rooms, but they can also hide secret deaths. Build a painting on a wall that leads directly into a deep ravine or a fall. While you're playing hide and seek, they go behind the painting and fall straight into the void. We all know to look for pressure plates or tripwires, but what if the trap has no physical trigger? Hidden below the floor is a skulk sensor. It can hear you walking through the blocks. The moment the enemy steps too close, the sensor hears his footsteps, sends a wireless signal, and triggers a bunch of TNT inside the floor, causing a huge explosion. Can you spot a player in this field? If not, then you are about to meet your savior. Mine 2 blocks down, place a bed, and push a grass block into your head using a piston, and equip a carved pumpkin. From the outside, you look identical to a normal block, so your enemy walks by thinking it is safe, until you smack them, launching them straight into the spikes. And if you want to see the craziest Minecraft myths to get tested for real, click the video on their screen right now. You won't believe which ones actually work.